It's the poo paradise. It's right about poo 30. So let's get ready to fling some poo. Adios y vaya con Dios. We just cruising around in the John Deere. Billy just finished her stream and now I'm gonna stream. And it's gonna be a streaming day. Leah! I love your face. Got hay in my eye. Wash it out before it swells up. I'm pretty allergic to hay. What? Yeah, it was supposed to snowstorm, and I was like, okay, it didn't storm, so I'm gonna go to Becky's. And I went to Becky's, and it started snowing. Luckily, it was just in her little town, and as soon as I got out of there was no snow, so. Yeah, I get my eyes swell up and burn and shit. So I gotta be careful at the work because I kind of work with hay every day. You get more allergy shots, try that crap. I had one. I used to get allergy shots like every month. My parents had me on this stupid thing that they wanted me to get allergy shots, and finally I told my mom, I was like, hell with this shit, it ain't doing me no good, and I have to do it. And my dad's like, no, if you don't want it, don't make him do it. So I quit. Did that stupid allergy testing where they inject a little bit of each thing under your skin and see if it swells up. Yeah, I have all kinds of allergy meds too, but the shots work better. There's a guy in Pocatello my one friend kept telling me about. His son went to him, and I think he said it's like $150, and you go in twice, and they give you a few shots, and then you're supposed to stay away from anything you're allergic to for like 24 hours. Allergies are completely gone. Forever. His son was allergic, like everything, had it, no more problems. Panda, I love you. Tomorrow I go into the specialist and find out about my cancer shit, what they're gonna do, I guess. And I gotta drink lots before I go, because they want me to pee for them. I hope they watch. Just kidding. So, yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll know what's going on with cancer crap and get my surgery done and be done with it. I'll be cancer free. Peace. FW baked beans. I'm not a fan of baked beans. I'm definitely not going to bathe in them. Leah, do you like to bathe in baked beans? Only if they're bushes. Alright, well, Tim, appreciate it, brother. Woo, it's chilly out here and I don't have my gloves on. I'm gonna fix that. It's cold. Ooh, that's cold. You ain't down with beans? Oh no. I only like certain kinds of beans and chili, and that's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's Steph. Steph and Tori's things confuse me. Hard, cold rain today. I love you, Steph. Yeah, it snowed like an inch at Becky's last night. It's still dry here. It's supposed to start snowing about 10 o'clock though, according to the weather thing. We might see snow here in a little bit. I gotta, like, hey princess, good morning, love you. I I just forgot what I was talking about. Anyway. Yeah, my teeth are all full of fillings. You miss Bella? Aw. Bella has a new stepbrother, Mr. Scooby-Doo. He's a big Great Dane. Bella only comes up to like his belly. She's so short. Like Panda. Yeah, we should have snow sometime today. I got the barn all closed up. It's a little warmer in here, so I'm gonna take that off and be like, whew. I'm so glad I don't have to like go through any of the BS, and it should just be a quick surgery, because if I had to have chemo or something and I lost my hair, that would be devastating, because I'm the only man in my family with a full head of hair. And I'm sure it would come back, but being bald for a little bit, everybody'd laugh. They'd be like, ah, now you don't have hair. So I always tell them, especially when we have get-togethers and all the guys are standing around, I'm like, wow, it's nice having all this hair up here. And they look around, they're like, oh shit. Tita Lynn, hello, my friend. Woo! It's chilly in here. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Oh, he's cold. Yeah, my ex's dad had chemo, and he lost all of his hair, and it came back. He'd had white hair for like ever. His hair came back black. He's like, I haven't had black hair in a long, long time. Jay, how you doing? I'd hope for purple hair. Yeah. Everybody's like, well, you got a beard. I'm like, well, besides the fact that I like it, it keeps my face warm out here in the cold. Yeah. Shave your beard off in the middle of the winter. It's hell to get warm. Yeah, that sucks. Just glad you're doing okay now, Steph. My El Yang, how are you? Love you. I forgot to grab my hat when I went back in there. Look at that burnout. It's my buddy that does all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, my father-in-law had chemo like twice, something like that. And the cancer just kept coming back. So it was before they outlawed it in the US. He went to Seattle and went and stayed in a little apartment deal. And they do uh, stem cell. And he had cell therapy. And he lived many years and died completely cancer free. So the stem cells, they do wonders for cancer, but it was hurting, I think, pharmaceutical companies and the pockets of all the politicians and stuff, so they outlawed it. The stem cells is cool stuff. It's really good. You can go down to. Oh, I love you too, Leah. Have a good day. You can go down to Mexico and get stem cells. And I think it's about the same thing. They call it PRP. It's protein rich platelets. They take a whole bunch of your blood out in a special thing and they spin it and it breaks it down and like concentrates the proteins, and then they can inject it in your joints and it gets rid of all your joint pain and stuff. They do it to the horses here, but they can't do it to people. I can tell you from working horses, it works wonders. It's amazing stuff. But once it's proven that it actually works and it's not like a long term money grab for all the people involved, they outlaw it. So that's the biggest thing in this country. If you get like a car that's too efficient, medicine that actually works, they outlaw it all. There's a guy that came out with a patent for a carburetor that'd make cars get 100 miles to the gallon, and then he vanished. Nobody knows what happened to him. Just dead and gone, I guess. The government freaking killed him off. Yep. Like all these congressmen and politicians, all of them, they have their hand in all these different bowls. And when you start taking money out of that bowl, they slap your hand. And you're like, no, it's my money. And they got to have all the info for insider trading and the whole nine. That's all they do. They get in with all these companies and write bills and crap to help them and support them to make themselves money. Then they got companies that straight up say, hey, and it worked for pain. Yeah. Meadows that used to spin blood down, he injected it in certain points of the horses and it worked. Yeah. That's what we do. I work with race horses. And yeah, we go in, they do the PRP. That's what it's called. And they'll like inject it into their knees and stuff, and it gets rid of all the inflammation and pain. And it doesn't work as fast as cortisone, but cortisone breaks down your cartilage, and it's a long-term thing. Once you start, you have to keep injecting them. Food and you eat daily and man-made medicine. Going back to ancestral diet. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they put a lot of stuff in food that messes you up. Like these little kids that eat all this chicken that's full of hormones and stuff. Little boys start growing titties, and little girls hit puberty at like 6 years old. Stuff like that. Because all the hormones in their food. It's horrible. All about that money. Got to make the money. They ain't making millions. Something wrong. They need to take every politician and look at what they've made as a politician, and if they have any money, more money than that, they seize all their assets, throw them in prison. That's good. I'm going to go on a good diet. I really need to. I'm taking some new vitamins that are making me feel a lot better, and I'm doing a lot better. I got like all the energy and stuff. Yeah, I work with thoroughbred race horses. Sorry. Yeah, we race thoroughbreds. We have 4, I think, down in Phoenix, Arizona right now. And then I got one here that I'm doing rehab on. She had ankle surgery. And I got one baby over here and another one that we gave some time off because the farrier screwed his feet up and he bowed a tendon and it screwed him up real bad. And he's probably one of the best horses my boss has ever owned. I raised him and trained him. And he is fast. But he ended up running one race. And normally their first race, they usually get about dead last. This guy ran second. So he's got some skills. We had another horse that was awesome until he had to have chips removed from his knees, which caused arthritis, and then he just lost it all and didn't want to run anymore. But his first race, he ran dead last. His second race, he won by, I think, 5 lengths, something like that. And his third race, he won by 8.5 lengths. He was just getting faster and faster. Why would a politician spend $1 billion for the job that pays $400,000? Yeah, like you say. And the weirdest thing is, Trump's like the only one that's ever gone into office and left with less money than he came in with. Don't like getting into politics really, but yeah, that's where it's at. But they all they want to do is spend money and put money in their pockets. Ronald, how you doing? My Miss Passing Dot, howdy. Hey, there's that Busted Radio Garage guy. Morning, Chris. Got my fancy hat on. Everybody loves my hat. They always ask me about it. I'm like, go order one. Heather, how you doing? You have a Merry Christmas. I appreciate you. Jason, how you doing, brother? Used shin band for about 2 weeks on a boat. Then I would pull this. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Appreciate you, Chris. I'll find out tomorrow what they're going to do about my cancer, so I'm going to the specialist tomorrow. Chicky, love you. Roping horse for sale? No, my boss doesn't have any horses for sale right now. I don't own any horses. I just work here. Yeah, tomorrow we should know what's going on with my cancer stuff. From what the doc said, well, my nurse practitioner that I see at the VA, he said he can't really tell me much because he's not a urologist. An American channel from England. Hey, appreciate you, British man. Thank you. But my guy that I go see, he was telling me normally in these circumstances they can either remove the mass depending on where it's at and stuff, or remove the kidney. Yeah, I love a hot bubble bath. But yeah, they'll either remove the mass or remove the kidney, and then I should be cancer free. So appreciate you, Chris. The only thing that's gonna suck is being gone from work for a little bit, and my boss is gonna have to find somebody to cover for me. But I think within a week or two, I'll be doing good enough. I can come back and shovel poo. I don't work very long, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm sure he'll pay me until I get back. So I need to get healed up a little so I don't get hurt worse. Everybody, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're getting pretty close to 8K. Then we'll do a giveaway after Christmas sometime. I'll start stocking up on some like Visa gift cards and like say my Filipino friends and people in other places. I can send you a super chat or whatever if you're monetized. So yeah, let's just say like I looked online, it says like 4 to 6 weeks recovery, and I got a friend that owns a dog called grooming place. Hey, thank you, Bill. Yeah, my friend's a dog groomer, and she had her kidney removed, and she was back working in a week. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably take like 2 weeks. Awesome, Chris. Appreciate it, brother. I had a few people throw in stuff. I know Dawn English, one of my friends, my last big giveaway, she did an Amazon cookie pack. It was a big thing of all these cool cookies, and old Dawn English won that. So, but yeah, I want to do something to show everybody my appreciation for all the support y'all give. So. I got my BRG sticker on my truck. I did a short on that. I need to do a burnout now that I got my Posy in there and I'm not one wheel peeling. I actually did try it out once. I backed up on the bridge there by my house and freaking put her to the floor and just let off the clutch and let her eat. Yeah, I can't do strenuous work. Yeah. Like I say, it depends on if they can just remove the mass too. If they can remove the mass, I don't think it'd be bad. Yeah, the old truck's a little harder. It jumps and stuff because it's got them big old 35-inch off-road tires on it. So they got some grip. But yeah, that thing, it'll start hopping and just left black marks all across the bridge. My clutch is about gone though. Yeah, usually it's the whole kidney. But they were saying there are circumstances where they can take the mass. Catch you later, Chris. Love you, brother. Appreciate you guys. Gotta take care of your family on here, you know. Chris is an awesome guy. Make sure you go connect to his channel over there at Busted Radio Garage. I got my shirt, got hat. I won some cool prizes off his live streams. So might even go into some of the local shops. I might be able to at least get my friend to donate a pair of welding gloves. They got some amazing welding gloves. Unfinished project. About time you got out of bed. How you doing, brother? Yeah, my brother-in-law's on Chris's page too. He's won some cool stuff. He won like a great big block of screwdrivers, all the different ones. Not monetized. I used to work with Standard Breeds. Hey, appreciate it, Bill. Thank you. Yeah, we used to run quarter horses. We did a cutter team, ran the chariots down in Utah. Don't eat it. How you doing, horsepower? Still swinging for the fences? Heck yeah. Yeah, I need to get my parts. soon as Christmas and that's over and I get my surgery and stuff over, I'm gonna go buy my bell housing and flywheel, and then I gotta buy the motor mounts and a good clutch set that'll fit my transmission. And we're gonna have to rip that 429 out and throw it in my truck, make it a real bad machine. That truck will be a freaking beast with that 429 in it. Really slacking on the job today. But it's nice when you get a good chat in here, and I don't have anything else to do in here, so yeah, I have like over 400 horsepower in my truck when I get my engine swapped. I've been putting all the racing stuff on that one and doing it all up, and the car just ain't worth it. My truck could use a new engine, so we'll just swap what we got in there and make it a mean machine. Be too expensive, but it'd be cool to get one of these new 10-speed automatics and all the computer stuff and put that on my old 429. We're done this morning. Nice. How you doing, Henry? I'm shoveling this stall, and then I gotta shovel the next stall and feeding water, and I'll be out of here. Need to get my girlfriend and do some Christmas shopping for her grandson, and then we got my friend's daughter's birthday is today, actually. I think, yeah, today is my best friend's daughter's sweet 16. So I gotta go get some money and a card or something. Me and my girl will get a card, and then we'll gonna go have dinner with them on Friday, having a birthday dinner. So I'll probably pay for all of our dinner and humbug. Yeah, I'll probably pay for her birthday dinner. I'm sure her mom's gonna want to pay, but I'll pay. And I'll give her some money to get something cool. Haven't even started Christmas shopping. Yeah, me neither. I'm gonna probably just send my daughter money. That's what you do with them teenagers. Gas card, yeah. Yeah, teenagers, you give money. You don't buy them presents. I even make them something. It's one thing, but most teenagers, you never get them something they'll be happy with. So you just give them cash, you win. Yeah. Plan on giving my friend's daughter a freaking $50 bill and a birthday card for me and the girlfriend. Yeah, like you say, like my daughter, she has a Venmo account. She has a Venmo teen account. You can watch what they spend. You can go in and lock their cards so they can't spend money, whatever. And so all I do is just transfer money on her Venmo, and she's got her own little pink and something. I think it's like pink and gray, cute little debit card. She just goes and buys what she wants, and she's happy. So, spacer plate for that. Not what I'm doing. The engine swap I'm doing on my pickup, all I got to do is get the bell housing, flywheel, clutch, and motor mounts. Should be able to do it for about 500. I got a guy that has the bell housing and the flywheel for... If I did the new transmission, I'd have to have a lot of adapter plates and other crap, but what I'm doing, I gotta go buy the clutch plate or the flywheel and the bell housing from a guy, he wants $150. And then I gotta find the clutch that matches my transmission shaft. And then they got a set of motor mounts you put on a 429 or 460, and it'll drop right into the mounts on my FE. What's putting in there? I'm putting a 429 Thunderjet in my 76 Ford pickup that currently has a 360 FE. So, yeah. Mine's the Thunderjet. It's the very first one out of my 68 Ford Thunderbird. So it unlike the Cobra Jet, it's about the same thing, but the Cobra Jet has to have its own special heads and intake. Mine just uses standard. It just has bigger ports and stuff. And it's running stock. It has 11.5 to 1 compression ratio. So it's literally a racing motor that they stuck in an old T-Bird. I have yeah, I've done some things to it. 650 on there. No, you don't put a Holley on nothing. They're pieces of crap. Anyway, I bought the new Edelbrock VRS 4150. If you swap out with pretty much any race built Holley, you'll get about an extra 50 horsepower straight out of the box. Holley went like corporate or whatever, and their quality went to hell. My buddy bought 3 Holley carbs and put on an engine, and not one would seat right because they were all warped. So he finally went and got an Edelbrock, and it sealed up just fine. But yeah, I got the new Edelbrock racing carb that's literally the best thing on the market right now. And then I have the Aces ignition system. Aces high roller came with the distributor, ECU. I have a touch screen in the car that you can change the timing and stuff with. You can lock it out and you can choose your ignition advance, your timing advance for every RPM range. It's a pretty wild new system. Yeah, cars is my obsession. I know a lot more about them than most people. I've never been a fan of Holley, but Holley used to be the performance carb. But now that the new Edelbrock come out, it's a 4150. It looks just like the Holley 4150, but all the guts are completely different. And man, is it a freaking monster. My buddy at Unity Motorsports, he had 2 Holley XPs on his race truck. And they spent like 8 years building and tuning these suckers. And he put on 2 of these new Edelbrocks straight out of the box, never touched an adjustment or anything. Fired it right up. He can drive that thing down the highway, down through town, whatever now. And it's nice and steady. It used to be really bad. It only run up high RPMs real good with the Hollies. Real erratic. So, but yeah, his times it dropped his times, everything, just dropping that Edelbrock on there without any tuning. Now he's going to get them all professionally tuned, and he's putting a new special built racing transmission in it. Yeah, the T-Bird's an automatic. I still have the T-Bird. It runs right now. It has a lot of body damage and needs a lot of parts, so I don't think I'm going to finish it. I also have a 62 T-Bird with a 390. That's my dream car right there. Well, not really. Depends on what you use them for, but this new carb, it runs better on everything. The biggest thing with the Hollies are really bad going uphill. They choke out of gas, and then you can actually die climbing a hill. And this new one, it's all baffled, has all this stuff to change that. Balancer right for that motor transmission. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have everything done up right. I've already been looking into all the conversions, so yeah, it's a lot of work. Good little bit anyway. Probably take me a day or two. But yeah, the new Edelbrock that I have on my car, it's literally the best car I've ever made, and it'll run on anything. One of the guys that's actually a cam guy for Edelbrock, he was running one on a little Dodge with a slant 6 in it. He had like a 650 CFM Edelbrock racing carb on there. It run just fine. But yeah, Holly's was the performance one. You get better throttle response, more power. But this new one changed all that. A lot of people don't know how to tune an Edelbrock. That's the biggest thing. You have to put the right springs and the right rods in them, metering rods, or it won't run right. As long as you do that, they'll run great on anything. But the original Carter AFB design is not the best performance design. I do a lot of freaking work on them. That's what I do. So now that I'm out of the military and I don't work a whole lot, so I just sit around and monkey with cars and read and study, and it's a lot of stuff to learn. My carb girl is like 19 years old now. She's been rebuilding Edelbrock since she was 13. And she went viral on Facebook. And she's a representative for Edelbrock now and does all the things. And she got me my racing carb when nobody else could get them. She's really cool. It's called Riley's Rebuilds. She's going to college right now, but Edelbrock even pays her to go to events like car shows and stuff, and she'll talk people into firing up their car, and she tunes it and tells them if they need to change the springs and rods and all that stuff. 4-wheel trucks, yeah. 390 is a hell of a motor. You mod one out a little bit. I don't think much will beat an FE if it's built right, but you have to know how to build an FE because they're a really different motor. I just did the top end on my pickup, but the bottom end needs done. And I don't think I'm going to do it. I might rebuild it later down the road, just put it to the side and strip it down and rebuild it one day. But I'm pretty sure it could at least use new rings, if not honed out and bored out, whatever. No, I don't race my truck. My friend has a built race truck. It's a Ford F-150 or F-100 or whatever. His is just two-wheel drive, and he runs it on the track. My truck is mainly built for off-road. I use it to get to work in the wintertime, and I pull people out, and I go up the mountains and recover people. My dad got stuck so bad this year. He was 100 miles from home, and they wouldn't even send a wrecker in where he was at because he shouldn't have been there. They said, "You can't get anyone in here. You're going to have to walk out." And he's like, "I can't walk out. I'm all messed up. I got all these problems, cancer and heart problems and all that." And well, you're going to have to walk out because nobody's getting in here. And he just told him, he said, "Just leave. My son's coming." I pulled in there and winched his truck out of there and got him out. I drove right past where he slid off the mountain. But yeah, the wrecker services, they do some wild stuff. And they were like, "Nope, we don't have a truck that can get in here." Well, mine will. Mine's just a little F-100. It got all up in there. It's a little short box. It's pretty cool. I've never actually raced except for on the streets, and I do race people all the time in my T-Bird. I raced a new Dodge. Can't remember. I think it was a Charger or Challenger with a Hemi. They were trying to race everybody on the way to town. I smoked them. Some guy pulled up to me at the light, and he's like, "What the hell do you have under the hood of that thing?" Like, "You freaking launched that car." Must go on. How are you? Yeah, the only problem with the Slant Six, it costs a lot of money to build any power with them. They can be a pretty mean engine. I have a friend here that races them. I think he was saying those are only supposed to turn like 4 or 5,000 RPMs at like top. I think he was saying now that he's got his broke in and he's been racing it, he runs his up to like 7,000-8,000 RPMs. And he does bracket racing, so you don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be consistent. And when he shows up, everybody gets scared because they know he's going to win. Yeah, the 300 inline six. They got one that there was a design. We'll catch you later, Steph. Have a good day. There's a guy that has a classic design that he built in, I think, the 60s or 70s. And he literally went down the track, and they told him not to move a muscle, and they hooked onto his car and they pulled it in for a tech inspection because I think he ended up pushing like 625 horses or something out of a 300, and they couldn't believe it. And he has a design, and people are literally doing the same thing. The new one people are doing, I don't think they've done a whole lot of good with it, but there's a bunch of people building 300 inline sixes with a chop down modified LS head on them. They chop like 3 heads apart and weld it together. Have a machine shop do it all up to make it match. Yeah, some of the old Motorcraft carbs are good. But yeah, they've been putting LS heads and turbos on 300 inline sixes with full custom setups. They're even using all the custom ignition stuff and everything. It's wild. But I don't know that they're making as much power as the old man did, though. actually got an old farm truck sitting out back with the 306 in it. I'm thinking about pulling that and doing a full rebuild on it, putting it in a project. That'd be a fun one. I think the 300 is one of the most reliable engines Ford ever made, or anyone else for that matter. It'll beat about anything. Yeah, my main thing's Edelbrocks. I grew up with them. I'm used to them. I know how to tune them. And like, have you seen the new VRS 4150? It will blow your mind. Say my buddy was a die-hard Holly man, and now that's all he'll touch is that new Edelbrock. One of these days, I'd like to build a nice car, do it up for racing, but it can be a lot of money. Yeah, we'll do something with the 300. I also have a 59 Ford farm truck. I'm planning on turning it into a pickup, and it's got the old, I think 292. It's either 22 or 272 Ford Y block with a standard behind it. I might chop the truck all down and put a bed on it or whatever. Make a nice little pickup out of it for cruising. Probably just leave it 2-wheel drive. Build the original motor. There's a hole where the oil comes out or whatever on a Ford Y block because they're not pressurized. They don't have fuel pressure. They just splash oil or oil pressure. They just splash oil around. There's a hole that you tap threads into, and you put a quarter 20 bolt in there. I think there's one on each side, and it pressurizes the whole engine, turns it into like sprinklers in there, and then they'll actually last. They quit doing the Y block. They had the best exhaust ports. They had everything perfected pretty much, and then they quit using them because they didn't oil right, and they ended up burning up, and Ford kept having to replace motors on warranty. The Y block with the skirted block and all the different stuff is actually the design they kind of copied for the LS. I think it's between the Y block and the 351 Windsor. It's what they used to design the LS. Okay, guys, we're almost done. Hope everybody has a fabulous week. We're about done here. Should have been done about 30 minutes ago. I wasn't talking to everybody. That's all right. That's what we're here for, talk to people. If I go live, I plan on spending extra time at work. See, I don't have much anything going on today. 306 has timing gear set. It doesn't have a timing chain. That's cool. I don't think I've ever tore into one that much. I know you can do a gear conversion on most. People complain the gear conversion is loud, so. Yeah, my cousin, he actually has a really big, like, wild cam, I guess, something out in his shed or in his shop for a 300. He's like, I don't know anybody building a 300, so it ain't much good. So I'm going to tell him, I'm going to build a 300. What do you want for that awesome cam? I'll find some good lifters and all the stuff to go with it, and we'll beef that baby up. Carburetors, their float adjustment. Yeah, the biggest problem with carburetors today is almost nobody knows how to adjust one properly. You gotta adjust the floats perfectly. You gotta have the jets just right. You gotta have the metering rods just right. You gotta have, if you're using a Holley, you gotta have the right, what do they call that sucker? Vacuum, whatever. Oh, now I'm lost. Yeah, the little deal that screws in there. They have different levels of vacuum and stuff. Trading about something. We're talking about engines and stuff. I'm just finishing up doing my horse work. The power valve, what it's called, the power valve. If you don't have the right power valve, you have a lot of problems. One thing a lot of people don't know, and they'll try to tune their carb forever, if you backfire with a Holley, it'll blow the power valve and you got to replace that sucker. Playing with that sucker, it goes boom once. Yeah, you better tear that carb down and put a new power valve in it or never run right. Yeah, that's what I do for fun. Front motor mounts with the crossover pipe. Yeah, on a truck. On the truck motors, they have the crossover pipe. On the car motors, they had pipes down both sides. The one I have is a truck motor, so it's got the crossover pipe. Yeah, the Y blocks, they're something else, but I got one in a 59 Ford farm truck out here that turns over and has compression, so we're gonna mess with it. See if we can't convert it into a little two-wheel drive pickup truck. My cousin has one he built a rat rod out of. That's an F500. It's a 55 and it's a good looking little truck. But yeah, if you like cars and stuff, make sure you subscribe. We do a lot of car building and playing around here. Yeah, a lot of people don't really want the old farm trucks. You can pick them up for next to nothing. And they don't really realize the cab and stuff is pretty much the exact same as the pickup. Get you a good frame and stuff. You got you a pickup. Savvy Doll, how you doing? Appreciate appreciate you. Hard to tell who some people are now that's got this app thing. I need to change it. There's a way to change. Oh, it's starting to snow. It's snowing on me out here. This will be our first snow of the year. 1980 square body Chevy. I don't like square body Chevys. I think they're it's just the easiest, most, I don't know. All they did was design a cardboard box. The whole thing's just square. There's no lines or style to them. My little brother has one. We got one out in the field that's, I think, a 77 or 78. My grandpa bought brand new. It's still going. Has a 350 in it. We actually had around an 80 square body sitting out at my place, so we gave away. Hey, what's up, Orange? How you doing, brother? I'm fabulous. We should find out tomorrow what they're gonna do about my cancer. Rosalie's Craft Creations, how you doing? Yeah, I go to my urologist tomorrow, and they're gonna look at everything and talk to me about my cancer and stuff, and probably gonna have to, if they can, they'll take the mass, which isn't very common. They're most likely just going to cut out my kidney, and then I'll be cancer-free. And I'll lose some weight, I guess. I'm good. Living life, loving, having a fabulous day. Got some snow flying out there. I'm finishing up taking care of the horses in the barn. How many cars have I worked on? A lot. I own like 7 cars. And they're usually changing out quite often, so. I usually try to work on like 60s cars, some 70 cars, but I worked on brand new cars and stuff for friends. Hola, Orange. ¿Cómo está, hermano? The metering is key, yep. And some people are like, oh, you can't overcarb a car because it'll only suck what it wants. But yeah, if you don't have the exact amount of CFM flow through a carb, it's not going to pump gas right. It'll run, but it won't run efficiently. You got to have just the right amount of flow through there to pull the fuel nice and perfect. I have an old Carter 625 CFM. It's a Carter competition series, and it's a 625. And one of my buddies, it's a big car guy, was telling me I could rejet it and make it a 650. Your CFM has nothing to do with your jets. It's how much air flows through the horn, through your Venturis and stuff. But yeah, this guy was telling me I could jet it to raise the CFM. Yeah. I have a buddy that was doing a test, and he took a Dremel and he filled a freaking Holly full of JB Weld. And he's shaping the JB Weld and contouring it how he wants with a Dremel to try to make it flow better and have more CFM. Never been crazy about quadra-junks. I've been successful. Some work out good, some are horrible. Yeah, the Quadrajet's actually a hell of a car, but you got to really know what you're doing to get it just perfect. They'll actually pull pretty good fuel economy, but I'm not a fan. And fillets. I got everything, so I'm gonna go take care of the garbage and stuff in the house and go home and relax. So, gotta remember all the crap I need to do today. I'm sure I have something to do, bills to pay, all that fun stuff. So it's good to chat with you, Bill. Hope y'all have a fabulous day, and we'll catch you next time. Love y'all.